Welcome, 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 welcome. We are live like Johnny Five. We are live like Johnny Five. Today's show is going to be a special show. Quick little conversation that we have. If you guys don't know, we've been on this app called BIGO Live, and what we do at times is we actually do panels. And different kind of panels have different kind of conversations. And so tonight, instead of having the vote, we're going to actually just have one of the conversations that a lot of people have been requesting. And so we're going to just dive in. And the name of this, we're going to call it For the Love of Poly. Yes, we're talking about poly relationships. Yes, sir, Bobby Gouda. This is definitely going down. So go ahead and grab your seatbelts, get your stuff together, because it is going to be going down. Freshmayne Gouda said he got some jewels. We're loading up everything right now as we speak because it is going to be a show to remember. We got a wonderful panel today. Let me get this together right here. All right, cool. I knew that one. I knew it. All right, cool. So as we get Gouda's mic.
Girl,
I can hear it.
you can hear me?
Can y'all still hear me? Can y'all hear me on there?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. Perfect. All right, cool. Just wanted to make sure. All right, so yeah, like as we roll this show, it's going to be pretty much just our conversation that we're going to have with the panel. So sit back, relax, and just chill. If you want to know some information about relationships and things of that nature, especially if they're poly relationships, then we're definitely going to have a roller coaster ride to be able to do it. Go ahead and slide on down real quick.
Let me get in. Oh my
Don't bring it
goodness.
down. Don't bring this boy gonna break this shit. That boy been lifting weights. I can tell. That boy been lifting weights. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and open it up right there. Now we'll keep that down. We'll keep it down for the film purposes. Keep it down. Y'all can see us here on YouTube. All right, cool. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive in. I'm gonna bring this music down real quick. Let's go ahead and introduce the wonderful people we got. That's gonna be a part of the show. Let's give them a hand, a round of applause. You brave souls for joining us today on this Poly Talk.
Thank you very much.
The talk about poly, and we're not talking about crackers or birds.
Polly ain't getting no crackers tonight, baby.
I'm just playing. All right, so let's see who we got on this glorious panel today. All right, so we got, let's give it a hand for Suicide Joe in the house. Brave soul. Definitely give it.
Right?
Okay,
I'm like,
my bad.
hold
I
up.
said-
What this
I said
fool
Zoe.
just
I
say
said
right
Zoe.
here?
Look,
I was gonna smack him for you. My hand jumped, but I had to pause
I
it
didn't
to
say Joe.
remember.
Did I say Joe?
I had to remember we was on camera, so I
said
couldn't abuse him, y'all.
Look, I'm saying Zoe. Y'all heard me, okay? Look, Z.
Watch this,
Zorro.
man. Let me smell your
Zoe.
breath, boy. Is that alcohol? Let me smell
There ain't
your
no
breath,
damn
boy.
alcohol.
All right now.
Look, I need some. Look, I just came off a fast. Look, I might can sip something now. I can sip.
I'm watching you out here.
Anyway, so yeah, who else do we got up in here? We got the glorious Make It Rain Dollar Bill Rolo in the house. What's poppin'? One of my business partners. Yes, sir. And we getting a call? Like, oh Lord. Somebody must know we on the show. Decline. They trying to call us while we on the show. They must know we talking about poly. Oh Lord.
They trying to tell us the forecast.
All right, here we go. Anyway, so we got Rolo in the house. We also have someone if you're hungry and you want some good, nice gourmet food that is cooked to perfection. To perfection, brethren. Perfection. They call her the chef. Lavelle. Let's give it up for her. Okay, I got you. And then we got, while we ease on down the road, one of our true friends. I believe we know her through the wonderful Candyman, which I don't understand why he's not up here. We're going to talk about that later as I digress. But we got Miss Red up in the house. Let's give it up for Miss Red. Okay. Yeah, exactly. I know, exactly. We got a Funko in box number 2. Watch, that'll make him come up here. We got a Funko in box number 2. Candyman. You hear me? All right. So anyways, he's probably playing Call of Duty or something. You know,
Yeah,
playing
that's what
zombies.
the
You know, he
zombies
be on the
is.
zombies.
Should be real.
For real. All right. But yeah. So so next, let's keep on going down the road. So if this guy is not inside of a fish completely, then he's probably on our panel and chilling with us and having some very interesting conversations and answers. Let's give it up for our boy Jonah.
Jonah, what it do, man? What it do? Yeah.
Did y'all get that when I said inside of a fish? Y'all didn't get that? Somebody got that. Somebody got it. All right. So yeah. So as we keep on down the road of one that is always here, been around all the time. She said even if I tried to throw her away or throw her, I would never do it. I would never. She said she's still gonna be right there. So I gotta make room for her all the time, and I want to make room for her all the time. Let's give it up for Love Always. We love you always. We love you always. All right. For real. And so yeah, we're good. We're gonna just go ahead and cruise, and let's go ahead and open up a conversation. Wait, I'm not done yet. I'm not done. See, he was ready to like, hit me inside my head. You see, Gouda? That nigga had a pistol under his arm. I said, Gouda, I'm your cousin, nigga. Damn. Shit. Sorry. Let's give it up for one of the people that I know. That's the tallest niggas that I know. One of the most bifocal ass nigga. No, my cousin, yours truly, the fresh to the mother flipping man and the McGouda. You're right, because I didn't even introduce myself too, so you know it wasn't personal. I didn't even introduce myself. And let's give it up for your boy Cedric Blic. I got you. All right, so now that you know who we are, we're going to go ahead and keep this thing live, keep it hot. You know it is definitely good. If you guys are on the BIGO world, make sure you tune in. We are live on YouTube, and that is HMS Network. Go ahead and look for the diamond. You'll see the live mark. Click on that, and you'll be able to see us live like Johnny 5. And like I said, this is a special episode called For the Love of Polly. So we will go ahead and keep on these on down the road. We got Chef. Chef is going to help us with a couple of questions or a couple of ways for us to guide this conversation. And then also we have Zoe. See, I didn't say Joey. I said Zoe. Zoe, that's going to also have a couple of questions as well to help guide this. So we're going to run the panel like how we would normally run a panel on BIGO. But it's just going to be a little special now because we're recording it for you guys. So y'all sit back. We do our thing. And y'all just go ahead and chill. There's no wrong way to do a BIGO panel, so, unless it's arguing. Yeah, that's another whole thing. All right, but we good. So let's go ahead and keep it going. So, Chef, did you want to have something to start us off with?
Yes. So, how many of us on this panel have actually been in poly relationships?
Let's go ahead and ooh, okay. We can show the hands. Show the hands. Let's do a show of hands real quick. Let's give them the BIGO hands. The BIGO hands.
No. Hold on.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go ahead and shoot this question at number 8 since she was first. So number 8, in a polygamous relationship, has there ever been like any tension between you, any other female, when it comes to sharing time with the male?
That's a good one. I can't hear you. Love?
That was for love.
Love always?
Yeah, I have experienced this, but from my perspective, one of the things about poly is that it requires you to be more emotionally responsible. And so there's always a way to work through things like jealousy or just feeling like things are unfair. There should be a check and balance of some sort.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that.
Definitely feel that. Yeah, balance is super key. You know, when it comes to any kind of relationship with anybody, if you don't know who you are and what you like and certain things like that, it's gonna always be a stumbling block or some kind of situation that's unnecessary that occur. But it does take for everybody to make sure that they're balanced. But go ahead. Let's go ahead and you got. Let's go ahead into the next one, Chef. You got some, or the next person? I mean, who's the next person? Oh, live.
So
Okay.
since we have a female's perspective, let's go ahead with Freshman Gouda. Gouda, so when situations like that occur, how do you handle them?
Basically, you have to do it with honesty. You have to be honest with everybody, and it starts with taking responsibility. As Love always said, a lot of times people don't even acknowledge the fact that there is a problem or there is even a battle for time, and it can be an innocent battle. It doesn't necessarily have to be an all-out, you know, head chopping battle for time. It's just a, hey, I want a little more of your time, and lately I noticed you've been giving her time, or you ain't been having time for me. That is a battle for time in essence. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we like to shy away from the fact of things or calling things what they are because of how they sound, but we can never address the situation unless we identify what this situation is. So it's natural for people to give somebody a little bit of their time, you know what I'm saying? And it's natural for somebody to feel like that little bit of time they're getting from someone isn't enough. We all got things we doing in our day, and we all try to pay attention to our loved ones based on what they've told us they need or the signs that we see. So, I mean, it's natural that in handling your dreams, your necessities and things like that, that you're going to come up short and giving somebody else some time. The solution to that only comes when we address that, hey, there is a problem, I'm missing some time. Is there a way we can orchestrate some things, move some things around to where we can get some more time? Or can I be a bigger person and just understand that, hey, this is what it is. Let me value the time that I am getting, and let's find different ways to use that time wisely. You know what I'm saying? Poly is it's going to make you grow. It's going to require you to grow. When you are in a poly relationship, you're going to have to vibrate at a higher frequency, and vibrating at a higher frequency, things that are going to captivate you in a lower sense, not saying it's sillier or less important, it's just vibrating at a lower frequency. Your mind's concerned with different things, you know what I'm saying? So when you vibrating at a higher frequency, you're more concerned with different things, and you're going to contribute your time to doing different things. So it's going to make you grow as a person, as a being, as an individual, as a team.
Yeah, it's a growing process, like what Gouda was saying. It's like it's going to constantly stretch you. You know what I mean? Any kind of situation with anybody that's past yourself, you know what I mean? Because it's hard with yourself, being with yourself sometimes. You know what I mean? Certain things you get on your nerves about certain things. So I feel like, when you accept yourself, know yourself and who you are, then now you're in a position to where you can add on to another or add another person. We see somebody that's coming to the panel. If you're coming to the panel, you just if you guys coming to talk about the topic. If not, we're gonna boot you out because we live on the show right now. But yeah, like I was saying, so we definitely want you to be in a space of saying your start before you can even say anything else. Learn yourself before you can even have a regular relationship. Period with any person. Learn your freaking self. Frickin'. Yeah. So let's keep on going down the road. So we said Freshmayne Gouda. What was that? Let's Chef. Should we say the same question? Let's go ahead and pick somebody else.
Yes, Miss Red on top. This one is for you. When you and the person that you're with, your significant other, when you are in search of an additional partner, what are some key factors into finding the right partner?
Communication. It got to be something that both of y'all like. Y'all just got to do it together.
Man, that is a huge thing too. Like she said, if you don't have communication on anything. So look, this is my whole thing. And like I said, this is a positive type of talk about poly. Most of the time people look for times to be able to go ahead and bash it and be able to come at it. But at the end of the day, I feel like from a certain perspective that it's people skills at the end of the day. Your communication and your connection with others. And if that's not good, or if that's lacking or slacking in some type of way, then it will show in any relationship. Any relationship. You know what I mean? If you got problems, you got problems with
It
people.
even makes you have to come out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Like you have to. There's some times where you just don't want to say something, or you feel weird about saying something, or you try to not approach a situation. Sometimes until you approach that situation, until you address that situation, until you communicate everything that you feel, that situation is going to continue to be wrong. That situation is going to continue to be jacked up because you're not communicating. And the exercise in that is to communicate exactly what is going on, how to exactly, everybody has to brainstorm on how to fix it.
Yeah.
Everybody has to come to consensus of what we gonna do, how to get it done, and everybody has to play their role. If one person don't play their role because of whatever, because of ego,
They knocked off
because
everything.
everything jacked up,
You're right,
and
you're
y'all all gotta start over.
It's
Yeah.
all knocked
Everybody gotta suffer.
It's like Jenga. Think about Jenga. When we're playing Jenga, it starts off as this solid block, right? And you have to poke, right? And poke and pull out and build on top, and so it will get to a point. Everybody knows it will get to a point where that bottom piece
It's holding a lot of
is
shit.
like a little bit wobbly. Shake it. So you can't even move. It's certain things you got to move at a
If
certain type
every
of
block
level.
do its
Every
piece,
block
though,
counts.
every block do its piece, they gonna be able to stand on that one block and not fall over.
Yeah. It'll go as high as it
way
needs.
that thing can stand.
Oh yeah, it'll go as high as it needs to go. And if you keep that foundation steady on the bottom, I wouldn't recommend moving those bottom pieces on the bottom. I would say keep that there.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So you can be able to have something
You
to
just
go
gotta
down.
keep it centered.
Yeah, exactly. Centered. Okay, cool. I like where this is going. Let's keep it going. Let's keep this flowing. I like that question. Let's go ahead. Back to you, Chef. Back to you.
And that's enough for now. I'm going to hand it over to Miss Suicide.
Okay, Zoe. So Zoe had a few questions that she that I had her write down. I want to go ahead and have her go from the top, and we'll see. These are some questions that she's going to ask to the panel or in general, and it's going to just spark some conversation for all of us to go ahead and speak in, and we can go ahead and talk. So go ahead and go, Zoe, if you're there.
I would just like to ask everybody what is their personal definition of poly. So I would like to start with
Okay. So for me, I have a very deep knowledge of what poly means, and there's very different definitions for each form of poly. The poly I prefer to practice myself is polygyny, which means one man with multiple women, wives, if you want to call it that. But again, we just human beings labeling things, so I don't really get too attached to labels. But for the sake of conversation, we're going to say wives. There's polyandry, which means one woman with multiple different husbands. There's polyamory, which means just multiple lovers, period. You know what I'm saying? It's not specifying whether you're just everybody's dating different individuals or if we're dating individuals as a whole. So like me, I really study stuff before I dive into it, before I do it. So I've taken the time to understand every single one of them, what they mean, how they operate, and to pretty much decide which one's for me and which one I can thrive in. You know what I'm saying? Me and my people, which is not going to cause no confusion, less stress, and be more peaceful and just more progressive for me and whoever's fucking with me.
Okay, I like that answer though. I like how you broke that down. Let's get good on okay, knowing what's up. Okay. Cool.
I also have a question for Rolo. So Rolo, when you think of poly, do you think it's possible for a woman to have several husbands, or do you feel like a man should have several wives?
Mr. Rolo? Mr. Rolo. Okay, I
I
guess.
wanted to get it a male perspective. Well, it can go to number 7. So,
Yeah, let's move it down to Jonah.
How do you feel, Jonah? Do you feel when you think of poly, do you think it's acceptable
for women to have multiple husbands, or do you feel it's more so that men can have multiple wives?
I, that's a good question. Um, the thing with us men is we have this pride issue. And I can only speak from personal experience. Is I always had a mentality is once someone puts their hand in my cookie jar, let's throw the cookies away. So it boils for me. It boils down to um comfortability in oneself, and I'm just I'm really neutral on the subject. I'm here to like kind of share my opinion, but at the same time learn. So I speaking on myself, as for me, it would take a very secure man, and knowing, first of all, that he can please his woman, and that there can be some type of harmony within the relationship
100.
I like that.
as it pertains to men.
Good answer. Good answer.
Most definitely.
Okay. Okay. Way to grab that one, Jonah. That was good. You're right. Harmony, harmony, harmony.
Yeah, you gotta
Back
be
to you.
solid.
You gotta be solid. Back to you, Zoe. Zoe.
I could expound on that if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
So third question, I definitely want this is definitely for Miss Red Top Firecracker.
Okay.
So do you think it's physically possible for women to cohesively get along and share one man? And I'm giving you this question because you're Red Top, so bring the fire, girl.
Yeah, if everybody communicate and got an understanding at the same time, yeah, it's possible. You know, one might not want to have sex that day, and the other one might want to have sex, and one day we more might want to have sex, and we all have sex.
Hey,
As long as he keep it up, we gonna keep it going.
hey.
But how
What can I?
delegate? Like,
I
share,
mean,
like, that's like, explain it a little bit
for
more. Like,
me,
how
for me, for me, my husband, when I get one, if he love him, I love him all too. Right out.
Ooh, I like that.
It's them that how they carry theyself. Ain't got nothing to do with me.
Mm.
He better keep them in line. They ain't got nothing to do with me. But if he love him, I love him too.
And that's I like how that perspective is because a lot of women sometimes don't see it that way, but it takes for you to be strong in who you are and strong mentally in that space to understand that what your connection is. This is what I really say. This is not even no game, really. I say this all the time. You got to be able to know how to separate the individuals that are in your life and let you have a separate relationship with everyone that is in your life. I don't care if they have the same birthday, if they even look the same with the same name. You got to allow yourself to have a separate relationship with that person. And every time you have a relationship with a person, no matter if it's a friendship, relationship, anything, it's different. You know, if I love her, she might be affectionate. This one's not is affectionate. You know what I mean? This one's not affectionate. You know what I mean? It's a different type of vibe for each person. So you can never allow yourself to think that to get jealous in a sense of someone else because they're not you no matter
Feel
what.
like a different boy.
Everyone is their self, and if you're true to yourself, then that's what brings you the value of being with a person. You know, because that's how you can't be replaced, quote unquote, because you're authentic. You know what I mean? A person can find somebody else always. There's billions of people out here, y'all. You can always be replaced, but the one thing that they can't replace is your fingerprint and your essence of who you are.
100.
That's just who you are. You know what I mean? So that's just good. I like that though. But back to you, Zoe. Back to you. Good one, though, Red. Good one, Red.
Love always. Love always. Let's say you're in a monogamous relationship. And all of a sudden, your spouse comes up to you and say, honey, I love you, but I feel there's something missing. And he's been on HMS Network, and he came across this podcast talking about poly. He was really interested. How would you deal with that situation?
Well, the spouse would probably more than likely be me, considering I've identified as polygynous since I was 3. I don't prefer monogamous relationships.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Oh, shit, you really threw me for a because okay, you with it. You want some sister wives.
When I was
So
3 years old, I decided that if my husband didn't give me at least three sisters, then he wasn't gonna be my husband too long.
let me ask
Damn.
you another
I
question.
feel
Making it
that.
question.
I feel
Let me
that.
ask you another question. Making it question five because I didn't really know it was going to go that direction. So, would you be comfortable with all your sister wives being heterosexual, or do you prefer them to be bisexual, or it doesn't matter? And if, let's say, hypothetically, you're heterosexual, and then one of your sister wives comes up and says, I'm bisexual, I like you as well as my husband.
Mm,
Where do
This
you
is a
go from
good
there?
question.
that is a great
Well, me
question.
personally, I don't have a preference. Um, I'm very open to men and females, and I would be up for it. You know, I don't I don't really judge based off what your sexuality is. I'm more like if you're showing me interest and I'm showing you interest, and we're attracted to each other, we can do it.
Dang, we can make it happen.
Straight like that.
See, and it's funny because it's a mixture of people that always chill with us and all that, and we kind of really haven't super opened up in this conversation. We've talked about stuff here and there, but it is cool to see the different people that are here, different perspectives, and you guys see it's not like we're not setting it up. We just came up and said we're gonna go ahead and have this panel today, and just this is what's happening. But it's always good to see people that have open minds. Um, yeah, let's keep on. Let's keep this going. This is definitely something definitely worthy to keep occurring in a sense. I think we might have to bring this book. We got to bring this book back because there's more people I know that definitely want to say certain things or at least listen to certain concepts, so it'll be able to help their mindset. Because I hear enough of the negative stuff. I hear that all day. It's good to hear some positive mindsets. But yeah, back to you, Zoe. Back to you.
Okay, these two final questions is technically like a tie for 67. So it's going to go to Chef and it's going to go to our lovely host, Lisa May.
Okay.
So, in terms of a poly, you already have your structure, you have your wives, everything's copacetic. Who works and who doesn't? Who delegates the task? Who takes care of the kids? Chef's going to answer from a female perspective, and then I want to hear your answer, host, from a male perspective, being a husband managing six wives.
Okay.
Who would you like to go first?
You should.
Ladies first.
All right. Well, in that situation, the person I feel should work is the man, only because in most traditional homes, the man works and provides for his household. Um, but since there's three of us, if it was me and another woman and she wanted to work, I would be the one to stay home only because I have natural home skills. I have very good patience, and I don't mind being home. I'm homebody anyway, so I feel like it would be me to take that on, and our partner, both male and other female, or however it is, they can go out and work, and that'll just be that.
Okay. 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 Well, let me see. With me, let me see. I think I feel like you gotta always have. It's always gonna be a vibration on the first person that you choose or that you're with, and I always feel like that foundation is that structure. Like I was saying with Jenga, having that bottom structure. So the first person is the one that already is with me, that already knows me, that already knows what's good. So when anybody else comes in off of just GP, that's the go-to person that's gonna let you know what's going on. Not saying that she's ahead of nobody in that sense, but she's gonna be the go-to person on getting to know me, and then eventually, she said six of them. So eventually, so the next one, and then the next one, the next one will have to kind of follow suit of what everyone knows from that first person. So I feel like it's up to all of us on what we will do. I'm excellent at giving out orders in a sense of assignments and suggestions in that sense. But we got to know based off of all of our qualities and what we have. It's never going to be something that you're not going to want to do, quote unquote. It's going to be something you want to do towards what you're good at doing and towards the goal. So, for instance, if I'm with Chef, she says she likes to be a homebody. So that's going to be one of the first considerations in my mind, having her at home, having her around the environment of where the kids are. You might have another woman that really is active and she likes to be out and about. So we have certain assignments and certain things that we do when it's out and about. We have that person over that. So it's kind of just kind of floating in that sense of our energy. Because if it's 6 people, we got to make sure one is good, then 2, and then so on. I'm not just adding just to add. We adding because we are mature enough to go ahead and add another on, and so on and so on.
I feel that.
Mm-hmm. All right, Zoe. He's on down the road.
Man.
Well, we have real quick before you all say the next thing. Freshman Gouda had a quick definition real fast.
Oh, no, this ain't. Yeah, this is kind of just. I can wait.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah, go ahead, Zoe. You can do the last one.
Or the joke was on you, host, because she got questions.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how we do it then. I appreciate you. Let's give it up for Zoe. Look.
Yeah.
Got him.
Chef has some good.
And also let's give it up for Chef because she has some good questions in there too.
Yeah, knock them down.
And let's give it up for Rolo for falling asleep and leaving the panel. All right, that's what's up. It's all good. We're still live. I'm just playing. All right, so yeah, we're gonna keep it. We're gonna just keep it going just a little bit longer, and then we're almost at 30 minutes right there. Perfect, y'all. So Freshman Gouda had a few books.
She got a question.
Oh wait, we had a question. Well, go ahead. What was the question?
For you, the question for you.
Well, she asked me. I answered.
Oh yeah, she did.
Yeah, that long passage I just said.
Hey,
Boy, he
goodness gracious.
Look,
My bad. All right.
Let me tell you about wife number 5. She was special.
So let's see.
Freshman Gouda got a couple of book suggestions for all of us. So if you got a pen right now, this is the time of the show. We say get your sponge.
Yes.
Because it's some information you can be able to read some things in your own time, so you can gather up some information about yourself. If you might thinking about going poly or the different layers that having a poly type of relationship is. Because it's not for everybody. We don't say this is for everybody, for real.
Yeah, it's gonna make you grow,
What
man.
up, King
So,
Wilson?
The first book I'm gonna give y'all, man. Get the sponge right now and soak this shit up. So it's called "We Want for Our Sisters What We Want for Ourselves." It's by Patricia Dixon. Last name Dixon. Now this book, it may throw some of y'all off because on the cover it says for African American women. Now, I do suggest that you African American sisters do read it, but I feel that knowledge is not biased. You know what I'm saying? True knowledge knows no race. True knowledge knows none of that. You know what I'm saying? Fact is fact. It doesn't have no color or none of that to it. I think when they did that, it was more or less speaking to African American sisters because they are the ones who usually in America are more against it or less likely to go with it because they don't know more. You know what I'm saying? In other countries, they've kind of been introduced to it a little bit more frequently, whether by force or by choice, but they've been introduced to it more frequently. You know what I'm saying? So what this sister does is she basically go and interviews different people asking questions as we did here today, just trying to get facts from people who are in polygynous relationships, from people who just think about being in polygynous relationships, from people who've watched it. She went and just basically did her CNN thing and got the inside scoop. And she gives you the unadulterated truth in the questions she asked. So I'm going to read one of the excerpts I took it. It was important to me. She basically posed a question to a man about the situation.
Okay.
Let me see.
Freshman Gouda is going to read real quick a passage, a piece of it.
So in one of the passages, it says, the question was asked, now coming from an American male perspective, having several women is often looked at as a macho thing, like the individual is the man because he's got all these women. How would you respond to something like that? One interviewee responded, I wouldn't, because that is not the level of where my thinking is. The only way I can control them is to be correct. The only way I can get maximum cooperation is to be as right as I possibly can. And that's what I try to do. So basically he's saying, like, you know, in a lot of these conversations, whether it be on accident or just by way of purpose. People like to take jabs at ego instead of getting to the bottom line, to the nitty gritty, to the straight fact of it all.
Yeah.
What makes this situation work? What makes this situation not work? How can we tweak this situation to make it work?
Yeah.
Is there a way we can tweak this situation to make it work for me?
Yeah.
Answer is going to be different for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Different.
You have to be able to, one, as we've been saying all night, have communication, have the willingness to sit down and have grown folk conversations on what you can handle as a person.
Yeah.
What makes you jealous? Everybody has something that triggers that jealous instinct in you. What this situation is going to do is challenge that jealous instinct and make you take control of that and make you stand in it and identify, yeah, this make me feel jealous right now. Yeah, this make me feel uncomfortable. Is this just something that I as a person need to grow up and deal with? Like, not saying, hey, stop being a baby, but real life. Yeah. Is this affecting me on a level where this now needs to change?
Yeah.
Is this affecting me on a level where it's affecting my productivity in this situation? If it's not, I have to question myself. What am I doing? Am I bitching? Am I whining? Or am I really, you know what I'm saying, is this a boundary that has really been crossed?
Society,
And if it is a boundary that has been crossed, hey, stand up and say, hey, this is a boundary that has been crossed, and be able to stand up when they tell you and say, hey, you just bitching. No, I'm not just bitching. This is a real life. This is how I feel. And if they feel as bitching, you might need to walk off and find people who's not, you know what I'm saying? It's about finding like-minded individuals, man, and building something off of that.
And build. Okay, all right. So that's book number 1. What about book number 2?
Book number 2 is called More Than Two. Let me see. This is a real good book. I ain't gonna lie.
I had this one too. This is a good book.
This book is actually the book I read before this book, the first book I gave you. I read the first book I gave you just because I wanted another take on it.
Again, it's called More Than Two.
I wanted a woman's aspect from it. So this book I'm giving you is More Than Two. It's a bunch of people who wrote this book. It's literally MORE, then the number 2, TWO spelled out. It's by Franklin, last name VEAUX, and Janet Hardy, as well as Tatiana Gill. On the cover, it's like a tree with a heart. Basically, this book, let me see if I got any answer. I don't think I pulled no excerpts about it. This book, what I can say about this book is it just gives you a guide and it lets you know what's okay. A lot of people have an idea in their mind of what poly is, and a lot of people don't really know because it's something that hasn't been spoke on, and when it has been spoke on, it's been spoke on just off of the information we've been given, which hasn't been very much if you've been in a monogamous relationship. You know what I'm saying?
But everybody's mostly in
people are trying to shade you away from this, that, and the other. But this book gives you a little bit of the history of poly relationships. It breaks down the history of the society that we're in now, where these relationships we're in aren't even the relationships that were first started. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they more or less changed over time. And change is good. But again, when you make your decision, you should be informed all the way, so you can make an informed decision and decide what's best for you. You'll be able to sit down and say, okay, I can do this, and not feel some type of way about it because people told you you should be ashamed of feeling this way or that way. Not saying you should try everything, but again, do your research, man. Sit down, communicate, and see what you got going.
Okay. All right. So, and then we got, you got one more for him?
No, that was it. The
okay,
More Than Two.
Those are definitely huge ones, because especially that More Than Two, I'm telling you, it's a super thick book. I got the
Take
book.
those and digest that.
Yeah, definitely take those and absorb those, and we thank you, Freshmayne Gouda, for being well informed, definitely. Especially when it comes to the poly world. I'm like, this is just sauce right here. Don't even trip. This is just sauce all day. But yeah, so it looks like we've already hit that past that 30-minute mark. I want to go ahead and get ready to go ahead and end. We will still continue to talk if we do have anything else to say, but this is a special little segment that we're doing, 30-minute little show talking about poly, seeing how that went. I did like how the conversation went. It was a good vibe, good situation. I just want to thank once again Chef and Zoe for stepping in.
Yes,
you guys being there. Let's give them a hand real quick. Got you. Appreciate you. Love you both. And I feel that we're gonna have to go ahead and keep this party going. So let's go ahead and set up a day. We'll set up a day. We'll let you guys know It won't be on the same days as the vote, but we might have it. I don't know. We might have it after or a little bit later on. Like maybe a little later after. We'll probably eat Gouda and then come back and do the poly talk. Let's see if we can do it like that. Okay, so we'll let you guys know the time and place, and we'll try to get the same similar people. If not, some people that are still a part of our family that are a part of it, and we'll just take it from there. So we thank everybody for tuning in, and we will be back. Love y'all. Let's go ahead and give a little quick shout outs real quick. If you guys are looking to be able to, our content, the company itself is Hitmaker Society. You can be able to go on Instagram. It's We Are HMS. That is We AREHMS. Go ahead and look that up. You can also find myself, which is Blic 333. That's BLIC 333. One of the original 333s. That's another whole story in itself. But yeah. So yes, you can check us out on there. That's my Instagram, and also the website itself is hitmakersociety.com, and that's singular, hitmakersociety.com. You'll be able to check that out. Like I said, we do content, media, music, filming, behind the scenes, in front of the scenes. Everybody you see here is a part of our company, or with us, or working with us, and we're creatives creating content, and we're conscious as well. That's what's up. Also, on the panel itself, let's go down real fast. If anybody wants to be able to contact you, Miss Zoe, how can they contact you?
Unfortunately for me, my dude just said nobody should be contacted.
Yeah, and I feel that's a good idea. Okay, so let's go ahead and go down the line. What about you, Chef? If somebody wants to get in contact with you, Chef, how can we get in contact?
Well, if you are part of the BIGO social network, you can look me up at BIGO ID #1, Chef Novelle, Novelle. Send me a message. I'll be responding within a time frame of maybe 24 hours or so.
Got it. All right, ease on down the road, Miss Red on top. We appreciate you. Your opinion. If anybody wanted to contact you, where can they reach you at? If you there, Miss Red. Oh,
You have her muted.
Okay. Oh, I do have her muted. I do have her muted. My life. Sorry, Red.
Oh, they gonna have to catch me in traffic.
Hey, get you in the traffic. Got him. All right, cool. Don't even worry about it. We appreciate it. Like I said, people just popped in our panels and stuff, so we understand. We appreciate all you guys' participation. What about you, Mr. Jonah? If people want to go ahead and contact you, I just want to give everybody their time to shine. What do you want?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
To piggyback off what Miss Red said, you can definitely catch me here, on BIGO, at Jonah Returns, and man, this has been a great panel.
Yeah, man. We appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. All right. So, and then also, last but not least, and always, love always. If anybody wanted to be able to contact you, how can they contact you?
Of course, HMS Network. Otherwise, IG or BIGO. My ideas, love more. All my vowels are numbers.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we appreciate everybody. Let's give everybody a hand for their participation. And we thank everybody for participating and being a part. Once again, it was a wonderful show. I appreciate everybody. Everybody was going in. We will be able to leave today. Okay, let me remember. All right, my fault. We have one more person. Let me not forget the star of the show, especially on the Poly show. That nigga said, boy, with the sponge. He using the sponge for multiple things, not just information, y'all.
Wipe it down. Get my little boosie on right here, man.
All right, and exclusive.
Yeah.
Give it up for, I won't even say it. Where can they reach you, Mr. Freshmayne Gouda?
If you looking to get your ears wet with a little moisture of jewels, man, through your speakers, of course. Yeah. Man, go and type in FRESHMAYNE Mayne. That's all one word. Now you gonna hit that space bar, that long thing in the middle of the screen. Bow, hit that one time.
Got him.
Then you gonna hit Gouda, something like the cheese, but I look better and smell better, man. A little more ragu. Then you gonna turn that shit up. You see any picture that you like, any of those pictures, click on that joint. Put your earpiece in, turn that shit up, vibe with me.
Yeah.
If you fuck with it, slap it again.
Boom.
If you dig that, go and download it for your boy.
Got it.
Now, if you just trying to talk to me, you trying to collab on some music, you trying to get in my boy's videos over here, you trying to get a script from Blicky, holla at me on IG. Same thing, Freshmayne. This time we ain't hitting the space bar, man. We gonna shift and minus. That means the underscore, okay? Gouda. Talk to me, I talk back.
Straight up.
Now, news hot off the press. Off the press.
Off the press?
The boy done hit the BIGO streets, man.
He on the BIGO. Oh,
I'm in the BIGO streets,
He on the
y'all.
BIGO, y'all.
So if you trying to find your boy in these BIGO streets, man, I'll be zooming and zooming. You know what I'm saying? Always multitasking, popping in and out. You did?
Got it.
So if you trying to find me, Freshmayne, spacebar, Gouda. Man, Team Lottery in the building. Talk to me. I talk back.
Got him, coach. Oh my goodness. Freshmayne Gouda. Got him, coach. We appreciate you guys once again and tuning in with us. Hitmaker Society HMS Network on YouTube and BIGO World. Like I said, you can catch us on there too. HMS Network or HMS Castings with an S. Thank you. We love y'all. Tune in next time.
Yes, sir.
And we'll be there.
Oh, boy.
Holla.